Hi guys, today is November 26th, 2020. I am in my 32nd week of pregnancy and yeah, it's been a while since I did my last video. So today is actually Thanksgiving. And I think for me, I would probably rather the label of Native American Day of Mourning, which I think is more appropriate. And if you're wondering why I think that, just look up, the myth of Thanksgiving. Anyhow, not that I'm not thankful. I am, of course, and I'm glad to be on holiday for the next 4 days. So anyhow, COVID cases have been increasing exponentially. So it's a very dangerous situation out there. We've definitely been trying to be very careful and not commingle with other households, socially distance ourselves. And it's kind of a lonely Thanksgiving because we haven't, we didn't make plans with our families. Actually, they were canceled because of the COVID situation. Yeah, so, but in terms of, how I'm doing, the gestational diabetes that I spoke about on my last video is in check. Sometimes my levels, this is super rare, may go over 140, and if I am feeling some insulin resistance, and if they go over 140, it's because I ate some sugary cake. But what I do is I will start to exercise just to help bring down that blood glucose level, and it usually does work. So I'll go up and down my stairs a bunch until I feel huffy and puffy, and taking walks outside will help too to decrease those levels. And as I go further along in my pregnancy, that insulin resistance may get worse, and hopefully I won't need any meds at some point. I think that I should be able to keep my blood glucose levels under a certain amount, but who knows. We actually went on a baby moon. We were fortunate enough to actually head out to Kauai. And yes, it was definitely a risk for sure, but at the end of October, cases were increasing within our state, but they weren't increasing on the Hawaiian Islands. And so the islands actually opened up October 15th for tourists, and you had to have a negative COVID test 72 hours from your departure. So, I was definitely weighing out the benefits and the risks, and for the most part, I would hope that, the majority of people on the plane already tested negative for COVID. We all had to wear masks, and the middle seat was actually blocked off from being used. So, there were definitely precautions for the plane ride. It was, really nice to get away and get some real vitamin D. Of course, I was paranoid at times about getting COVID, and, I was trying to make sure I knew where the nearest hospital was. But either way, we had a great time, and we both came back healthy, thank goodness. However, it was too hot for me. So I actually think that for anyone who's pregnant, if you go on a baby moon, maybe try a place where it's more mild. Kauai was actually unnaturally hot for beginning of November, but of course it was beautiful, so we were lucky enough to go. And in terms of how the baby's doing in my tummy, I've been feeling more movement, I think, more often, and the movements are actually really strong, and it can be a little shocking to feel some of the movements, and sometimes it's uncomfortable. But it's I'm glad that he's active, and when he does move, you can sometimes see where he is in my tummy, and it's very alien-like. So that's, I guess, fun and silly. But yeah, I've been seeing the OB-GYN every 2 weeks now, and then I'll have to see her every week during the 36 week and on. So yeah, lots of appointments to schedule, but I will keep you guys updated. And so far everything seems really good. So thanks for watching.